Pat McCrory, you know what they did. When the city of Charlotte, which is kind of sort of like Austin, Texas, or Atlanta, Georgia, they are little blue dots in these seas of red horse shit. And Charlotte, North Carolina, passed an ordinance, city ordinance, that said you can't discriminate against people who have a different gender identity than just male or just female, straight female, straight male. If somebody is something not those two, one of those two, then you can't discriminate. And along with that was the, and I hate this term, but the so-called bathroom bill that said transgender people can pee wherever they want to, whatever they feel comfortable. And it's not like that hasn't been going on for decades, if not centuries anyway. I mean, this is the part that drives me crazy. It just makes me want to turn on some Leonard Cohen and say, fuck it, and just curl up in a ball and listen to Hallelujah. Transgender people have been pissing as long as you have, Truth Seeker, even longer. And you never knew it. You didn't know it. You go into a bathroom, public bathroom someplace, Say what? Yeah, I'll get to Blue Tribe in a minute. But transgender folks using a bathroom that they feel comfortable in, that's been going on forever. But just to make sure, the city of Charlotte, knowing that they are in North Carolina, decided that an ordinance was in order. And so they passed it. And when Governor Pat McCrory heard about it, he called in an emergency session. Can you fucking believe this? An emergency session of the North Carolina General Assembly. An emergency. We got to stop these transgender people from pissing in the wrong urinal. Let's have an emergency meeting. It's staggering stuff, isn't it? Hold on. So, North Carolina legislature passed the law. And the sons of bitches went even further than what this right-wing moron, Pat McCrory, the governor, asked. And they said, the state legislature said, not only are we passing a state law that says you use the pisser that matches your birth genitals, period. Not only did they do that, but they included in there a part of the bill said, and furthermore, mofos, and furthermore, no city or jurisdiction in North Carolina will pass a law saying otherwise. So the Republican General Assembly of North Carolina just stomped the shit out of people in North Carolina who might have felt otherwise. Nuh-uh. Well, almost immediately, of course, as you know, things started to come unwound in North Carolina. Concerts were canceled. Conventions were canceled. NCAA, all sorts of organizations, NBA, they said, North Carolina, if you're going to be that way, we're going to go someplace else. A couple of businesses that were going to open said, nah, changed our mind. So McCrory has been gradually made aware that he really fucked up here. So he's, New York Times says he's alarmed by the rising financial fallout from that law passed back in March. Yeah, it's always about the money, isn't it? Well, we know that. We live in a capitalist shithole, so we know it's about the money. It's not about the fact that passing this ridiculous state law by the North Carolina General Assembly, aside from the fact that it was just a smack in the face to people who were not totally male or totally female. Just a slap in the face, a kick in the groin The North Carolina General Assembly did it because they could. What a bunch of, So anyway, apparently Governor Pat McCrory is starting to get desperate looking for an off-ramp to all this bullshit because it's costing his state millions. So last Friday, he offered to convene another special legislative session to repeal the law. Well, talk about Saul on the road to Damascus becoming Paul on the road to Charlotte. Woo! What happened? Well, there's a catch. There's always a catch, isn't there? Especially when you're dealing with Christian evangelicals. Always a catch. So the catch here, McCrory offered to convene this special legislative session to repeal the law, but he insists that he will not support repeal unless the city of Charlotte revokes their own anti-discrimination ordinance enacted in February. So, I mean, that's insane. That's like, I don't know what it's like, but it's bullshit. The city of Charlotte, the mayor of Charlotte, a white woman, Democrat, Jennifer Roberts, refused. Of course. She probably had some choice words for Mr. McCrory, too. But she said no. No. Now, the reason McCrory did this, see, it's either money or this filthy right-wing political crap. McCrory is going to be defeated this November. He's up for re-election as governor of North Carolina. And the people of North Carolina, enough of them, have had the shits of this guy and his puppet legislature, all these Christian right-winger hypocritic bastards. So McCrory's going to be turned out. So this was like a last-ditch effort. Well, we'll repeal the law. But that would cost him votes from, the mouth-breathing, Bible-thumping evangelicals. So what to do, what to do, what to do? This is when you need a Solomon, see? What to do? We'll repeal the state law, and we'll tell Charlotte that they can't reinstate their city law. What the fuck is that? What is that? Anybody that would insist on a law like this being passed to begin with is a total asshole. We know this. I mean, come on. A total asshole to come. I don't care if he rescues children who are starving in the streets. He's an asshole who rescues children starving in the streets. Total asshole. To pass a law like, to insist that the North Carolina General Assembly get out of their nice warm beds back in March and go in and pass this goddamn law, he's an asshole. But the only way out is to admit his ignorance, admit his error, and tell his right-wing buddies in the General Assembly in North Carolina, repeal this motherfucker.